if any of you out there would like to have a one-on-one chat with me about your life, your economy that you're involved with, your situation, your investment scenarios, what you're thinking of doing, I'm certainly more than happy to have a one-on-one chat with you. I do them on Saturdays and Sundays. I do a 1 hour session right here on this channel. It's a private setting just for you and me. I sit here and you sit there. We do a split screen and we have a chat for an hour and go over whatever you want to talk to me about. And if I can give you any advice from the 40 plus years of experience I have, I'm happy to provide it. They seem to go very well and they go very quickly and they rarely stop at 60 minutes. Although I have to cut people off sometimes because I have another person coming in very shortly and I need a bathroom break between these sessions. But if you'd like to have a session, send me a private email on my Hotmail address, which you will find down below in the description of this video or all of my shows. The address is right here, brucefarmer@hotmail.com. Let me know, Bruce, I'd like to do a one-on-one consultation for you. When can you squeeze me in? I occasionally get cancellations at the last minute. So sometimes I get openings this weekend or next weekend, but I am now booking out to late April into May. But if you want to get in as soon as possible, let me know. I'll give you a slot. You can make your payment right away to lock in a slot. And the minute I get a new opening, I can move you up and get you through. It is $400 for an hour, US. And I'm pretty sure that you'll get more than $400 worth of advice in an hour listening to me once I figure out where you're at. So again, if you're interested, let me know and we'll set you up and we'll look after you. So again, thank you everybody for your support, following me and everything else. Forget Markiplier, bring a floor trader you used to manage on the show to talk old times. There's always that idea. I do know one out there, but I'm not sure about this guy. He's a shady kind of guy. He's watching right now. He's watching. Does Jen ever mention me? Says Invisible Aid. Does Jen ever? I'm not sure. Jen, Jen talks in her sleep from time to time, but she sometimes hits too. So you got to be careful with Jen. I don't know. I'm not sure. CNBC saying be careful. Okay, CNBC. Thank you for all your unbiased opinions. What can I say? Where are we at now? It gave us 183.70 is where we're at right now. Down 770. The high of the day was 184.25. We just touched it a moment ago. So we're 184 right now on GameStop. We are approaching the high of the day on GameStop. Again, volume on the day now is 7.29 million. 184, 25 cents away from the high of the day. I would not be surprised if we go higher. And it wouldn't surprise me if we have an update today on GameStop. I don't think the shares will be down at the end of it today. That's just my opinion. I could be dead wrong on this. CNBC is useless anymore, they say. That's what they're saying. Scaramucci. They had Scaramucci on to talk about GameStop. He talked about GameStop for 30 seconds, and then they talked about Bitcoin and all kinds of other crap. It was unbelievable. It was so pathetic. What can I say? Brandon, thank you for this donation. Jen should do a bagel cookbook. She makes some tasty looking sandwiches. Bagel
so
cookbook.
What do you call a bagel with no hole in the middle? It might just be a bun. Might be a bun.
A non-holy bagel.
A non-holy bagel.
A bagel that doesn't believe. It hasn't got a hole in it. I don't know. Anyway, it looks awful delicious. Smells awfully good.
There you go.
Yeah, you know what I call a bagel without a hole in it and a bunch of jelly on it? An opportunity to enjoy oneself. That's what I call it. Fantastic, everybody.
So they want stories from the floor?
They're talking about the possibility of stories from the floor.
You got the beeper handy? You can just bleep out everything?
That's right. Yeah, I'll never forget when so-and-so said, and then they did, and then over in this corner that was going on, and I've never seen anything like that in my life. It was unbelievable. That might be what has to happen if I have a floor trader with me. I have to be careful.
I think I already knew most of the words, but that's definitely when I started using all the words.
That's right. That's right. That's right. Oh, man. Oh, the words got used. Oh, did they ever? Brandon, Jen should do a bagel cookbook. Right on. Thank you, guys. I'm heating up my toaster for a bagel right now. Trevor, thank you, Trevor, for becoming a member of this channel. We're at 183.97. We're like 184 as I chomp the bagel at the high of the day. I think we're going higher. I think we're going higher on the bagel watch today for GameStop. That's my personal guess, my opinion, my vibe on it. We shall see. Cheers, everybody. Yeah. Uncle Bruce needs his bagel. He's dying here. He's hungry. When you do a live one-on-one, is there a couch I can lay on? 184, kind of where we were. Let's see what happens. Let's see what this stock can do. Trevor, $4 super sticker. Thanks, buddy. Appreciate that. Welcome to the show. And D-Spotter says, be careful with GameStop. You want to listen to Scaramucci for stock advice? That's the guy? That guy? Really? Oh, man. I don't know why. I don't know why he's there. I don't know why. What can I say? Yeah, you could say Wally will recommend the sessions. We had a good time. We don't have enough time. Is Mark Pillier watching today? Is Markiplier watching today? I don't know. He could be. And he's always welcome to say hi. Manu R became a YouTube member. Manu, thank you for becoming a YouTube member here on this channel. Really appreciate it. It's great to have you. Brandon, what do you call a demonic bagel? A bun, because it's not holy. There you go. See, there. That's what I was thinking. Give the video a like, folks. Thank you, everybody, so much. We got the bagel emojis flying up here. Fantastic, all of you, for joining in. I appreciate it. Alan K, got it. We got you going for a consultation, buddy. Thank you. Way to go, buddy. I see it. We'll talk to you later. Fabulous. Scaramucci still thinks it's April 1st. He's trying to be funny. 183.82 on GameStop, approaching 184 yet again. Here it is, 184. Will it break through 184.25, hit a new high of the day? The high of the day, is it official at 184.25? Yes, it is. 184.25 is the high of the day. 7.4 plus million traded. Waiting for the stock to see if it's going to bust through and go higher. Very interesting. Let's see what else is coming through here. Comments coming through. Thank you, everybody, for joining me. We've got AMC at 10.46. I'm so happy for the AMC shareholders. They've had such a bad week. Okay. Switch to avocado toast. Fancy. Prince Harry, how you doing, buddy? I'm drinking a liquid that has holes in it, but it's caffeine-free Diet Coke. That's all I got. Manu, hey, Bruce, everything going according to plan. Some $1 billion pocket money for Ryan Cohen when things go to the moon. There you have it. I agree. This company will be well funded with cash. 184.36, new high of the day right now. Stock is at a new high right now. Busted through whatever resistance there is. It's now only down 710 on the day. Getting stronger. Dow up 383. S&P up 52.6. NASDAQ up 173. Really good day on the markets today. Really good day. There you go. When it comes to AMC, I just don't see it. I hear you. I think corporately they got issues, but the stock is definitely higher, and I'm just so hopeful that a lot of people out there are recouping cash and value on that stock. I just hope they are. We'll see how this thing wants to go. I might have missed this, but what do you think about this? I'm happy to see they're raising money. I really am. I would like them to issue stock at much higher levels than this. I don't want them offering any stock down here. Not a single share, not even close. I would like them to get expressions of interest as the shares go higher to find out who wants how many. And then I want that news to leak I would like to find out that, oh yeah, there's 20 shares wanted for every share we got, or there's 30 shares wanted for every share we got. That's the kind of news I'd like to have come out, and that will drive this market to a much higher level. The company could issue, a million shares at 300. That's 300 million there, or whatever that is. And then at 400, issue a million more. There's another 400 million, and then get the rest up, for the last of it. They won't even issue 3.5 million shares. They might only have to issue 3 million to raise $1 billion. Maybe issue 2.5 million shares to raise $1 billion. Stock goes higher. The law of supply and demand. How many is wanted? How many is available? AB Scaramucci's there because he went to Harvard and hope the internet can kill off this fake privilege scholar system. Never see dunces like Mooch again. What can I say? Len Hernandez, thank you for becoming a member of this channel. Appreciate it very much. Welcome aboard. Woohoo! I finally joined. Long-time watcher. Hello, fellow apes. Right on, Len. Len, you can use the emojis we have all you want to, buddy. Thank you. Very good. Right on, Jen. Jen has a message.
This is what we all want to grow up to be. Financial feminists. That's right. That's right.
Brought to you by Jen.
Brought to you by Jen. Get that venture capital, ladies.
That's right. Get that venture capital, ladies. Right on. Thank you, everybody, for being here. We're at 180, 181 on GameStop, 1040 on AMC. Vector acquisition at 1131, down 17 cents. NAV site holdings up 4 cents to 1005. The IPOE unchanged, 1727. That is the first SPAC that will finish its merger at any time. I'm hoping in the next few days, this next 10 days, hopefully it'll be done. They could surprise me at any moment with an announcement. Gore's Holdings, 1365. That is a steal. Virgin Acquisition Group up 8 cents to 1028. Starboard up a penny to 993. Fortress Value 1006, down 3 cents. Vanek Vectors, the computer chip manufacturing ETF, is up 215 at 255. That one I think will have a very good year this year. Home Depot up 488. Stock is doing really well now, as it should be. IBM up $1.63. Dow is up 370. Microsoft up 676. Apple up 235. Tesla up 32.76. All having a very good day today, and will continue to do well, I think. This economy is going higher. The amount of money coming into the economy is staggering, and I think the indexes will hit new record highs all year, going all year long into next year. And if they can pass that infrastructure bill, if that can get through, huge for America, massively good. It could really run the market. You guys want this deal to go through. No doubt about it. Welcome, Olivia. 183 on GameStop. Everyone's here. Everyone's happy Olivia's here. Fantastic. 183.02 on the stock. Pardon me while I eat my bagel, kids. It's bagel time on Stock Markets with Bruce. Your Uncle Bruce is refueling. We got to go higher. We got to go higher, and I think we're going to go higher. I think these shares are going up. It doesn't look to me like the GameStop shares are topping out at all. I think that they're solidifying for another shot. I just wouldn't be surprised if they have an up day today. If they break 190, they could have an up day. This is good news. Company's raising money. I'm a happy guy. Their sales are up. I'm a really happy guy. $183.40 on GameStop. High of the day, $184.47. $1.07 away from a new high on the day. Coming on again. Coming on. $183.80. Coming on again. Tim, shout out to my friend. Jornarno. He just doubled his position. Right on. Way to go in getting those shots, guys. Way to go. We got a good day going here. I've come to brag about my profit on oil and Tron. First thing I see is Bruce eating a bagel. All is well. Balance is restored. Bruce is on the air eating his bagel. Life is good. We're all right. His bagel is delicious today. Just delicious. If I was to buy a call option for January 2023, price if I should I worry of a stock split? I wouldn't worry about the stock split. That'll actually do you a favor. That'll make you even more money, I think. They did a 10 for 1. You bought one contract now, you'd have 10 contracts at 50. Stock goes to 100, that's $1,000 a share. You're richer, much richer. Just reading this question from Chris Wood here. Is it possible that there's 300 to 500 million shares of GameStop shorted? I wouldn't say, I would doubt that would be a direct situation. I think that the only way that many shares could be theoretically shorted would be if all the call contracts that have been written against the stock, you add it all up between now and as far out as you can go, with every contract as far as you can go. You do the open interest calculation, and you might find that there's 1 billion shares represented by covered by call contracts that have been written. To me, if there's 1 billion shares represented by open call contracts, open interest call contract positions, that's telling me 930 million are short. There's only 70 million shares. That would mean every single share is accounted for on the short sale times a factor of 15. There's no way that can be done. I mean, that's an oversimplification of it, but that could mean that there could be over 930 million shares shorted on this company just on that stat alone, let alone everything else that we're talking about here with the short positions and the failure to deliver, so on. So, guys, yeah, that could be a low number. You could be low. It could be much higher than that. And the higher the shares go in this open market, the more contracts are in the money. Because the higher the shares go, the more contracts are in the money. And that means there's a higher number of shares that are subjected to a short position in reality. Right now at $182 a share, it means that every contract at 180 back to zero, they're in the money for as long as these options exist. I mean, you go out a year and a half. There are $150 call contracts that are expiring a year from now that I'm sure exist. So if you did that whole calculation, every time the shares go up $5 from 180 to 185 to 190 to 195 to 200 and so on and so on and so on, a bunch more contracts actually now are in the money, which means the shares against those contracts are technically short. And at 300 a share, that could be 300 million shares. At 500 a share, that could be 600 million shares. 800 a share could mean 950 million shares shorted. That's what this means. That's why when these shares go up dramatically higher, it's a big problem for a lot of investors out there who are on the wrong side of this market. It's a huge problem. And it's going to become not a multi-billion-dollar problem. It's going to become several tens of billions of dollars of problems. It might be 40 billion, 60 billion, 80 billion. This so-called 3.5 million shares the company wants to sell to raise $1 billion. This is chump change in the overall scheme of what we're dealing with here. We're talking about a company that every time it goes up $1, we could have a $200 million valuation increase because of the fact that there's over 200 million shares trading hands all the time. There are literally 200 million shares potentially in investors' accounts, bought and paid for. These investors are entitled to a cash dividend if there was ever one issued. They would be entitled to a rights offering or a warrants offering, or they would be entitled to a stock split. So if their shares went for a 10-for-1 stock split one day, everyone who holds stock would now have 10 times as many shares. Anyone who's short stock would be short 10 times as many shares. The stock will trade at 1/10 the price the day after the deal is done. But to me, you take this stock right here and do a 10-for-1 rollback right now, 10-for-1 split. People have 10 times as many GameStop and it would trade at $18.21 a share. Let me ask you this question. How long would it take the stock to go from $18.21 to $50 a share? A couple of days? A week? They'd go to $50. That's $500 a share right now. Think about that. If you're short stock, you're short 1 million shares right now and they do a 10-for-1 split, you're short 10 million shares. And they go from this price, $18.24 to $50, you're short 10 million shares at $50 a pop. Right now, you're short 1 million shares at $182 a pop. This is a tripling of your nightmare, almost a tripling of your nightmare in dollars. So yeah, there's a whole lot going on here. I think this short position is much larger than this through a number of ways of measuring it. My hunch. Joker John, what's the news on boycott companies by the Trump? Will it affect the stocks? I also need to learn to say trade, but I just don't know where to start. What's the news? What's the news on the boycott companies by Trump? I don't understand what this means. Are you talking about Trump companies being boycotted or Trump people boycotting companies? I can't read this right. I can't figure that out. I need more clarity, please. Anyway, we'll see what's going on. A tweet from FX Hedge said that Arceus was short on GameStop, and a follow-up tweet says they got a margin call at 110 billion. I don't know what this means. I don't know if that's legit, and even if it is, I don't know what this has anything to do with GameStop's performance. But my hunch is, my initial reaction is, anyone that is short stock on any company, but let's say GameStop, and you got a margin call, that tells me you've got to buy back your stock. It doesn't mean you sell more GameStop. It means you buy back the GameStop you're short, because a margin call means you've got to unwind your position to reduce your margin exposure. In the case of a shorter, that means you have to buy the stock you're short to get out from underneath your obligation for the margin call. So I don't know how many shares we're talking about here. I don't know what price we're talking about. I don't know when this was. I don't know what the factor is. No idea. These are rumors and they're flying around, and I have no idea what the deal is on it. But yeah, you buy somebody in, you buy them in. Trump called his followers to boycott Delta and Coca-Cola. Okay, so because of the Georgia Voting Restriction Act that was passed by Georgia legislators, which are all Republican, Coca-Cola, Delta, the Major League Baseball, they've all made moves. Major League Baseball took the All-Star game away from Atlanta. Coke and Delta are saying this is wrong. Many other companies are saying this is wrong. Trump is saying we should boycott these companies because, voting restrictions are a good thing. I don't know how effective it's going to be. I don't know how effective it can be. I'm not sure. Anyway, what can I say? Doing what I can. Wow. Brian, I invested in VGAC and took the 23andMe test that told me I'm genetically predisposed to not like the sound of chewing. Given that, somehow I can actually stand you eating a bagel. Cheers. Thank you. It's a fight between Georgia, some corporations, and Major League Baseball about a voting law. Trump called for a boycott of the companies and MLB. There you go. All right. Bruce, I've been watching you. I've been watching BWOX, We Work, a SPAC, since we first chatted about it. Looking solid, going straight up now. I hopped in. Way to go, man. I hope you do well on it. Does anyone care what the trader says anymore? Trump should worry about his golf courses. Colin, got it. Buying flights on Delta and buying Coke on the flights. Observe thyself. 185 a share, Bruce. We are 185.63. Going higher right now on this stock. How about that? That's a new high. Interesting. Let's see. GameStop, 3.5 million at the market issuance, nary a dent in the 70 million shares outstanding. Perfect timing, perfect number of shares. Street took it as a plus. Kismet, 186 on the stock, going higher. It's down only $5 on the day. Very interesting run here. Let's go. I'm a Trump follower. He's a stable genius with the best words. All the best doctors say it all the time. Okay. All right. A bagel works. Laugh out loud. Coke is telling their employees to be less white. 186 on the stock. 186.70 on the stock. Going higher. My gut tells me that Trump shorted GameStop big time. Bruce is our man. If he can't do it, no one can. It's Bruce. Don Jr. should boycott Coke. Joker, John Roberts, do you know of any beginners day trading programs? Do I know of any beginners day trading programs? Nope, I don't really. I don't follow that kind of stuff. Sorry, I can't really help you there. What else is going on? Thank you, everybody, for being here. I'm going to try to keep politics out of here as best I can. It's not easy, though. It's just not easy. I don't want to have it here. Let's see. All Are we going higher? 186.84. Can we go through the 195 wall? That's the question. KH, thank you. Not for nothing, but I have to show ID for cold medicine. You should have to show ID to elect leader of the free world. There you go. Let's see here. Let's see. Already is on the list. Bruce, he's our man. Let's go. Can you do a shout out to my girlfriend Riley? I'm not sure, Riley. I'm not sure if I can do that, but Riley, welcome to the show. We's running 186.57 on the stock, going higher. Volume on the day now, 8.29 million, and we're only down 488 on GameStop today. We're about to turn positive on the day. I feel it coming. I just feel it happening. Seth, have you seen the payout to whistleblowers this year? You seen these payouts? It's 200 million. When last decade payouts were 700 million, but they say there's no manipulation. Isn't that something? Let's go. Justin, hey Bruce, can you make me take a moment with Joker John Roberts? Happy birthday. Did. Thank you. Sean and Wendy are here. God is amazing. Our new members, welcome to the channel, you guys. I'm glad you could join us, and I'm glad you're here. Hope you're enjoying the show. Let's see here. I'm really loving the tech rebound. The Apple options I got a few weeks ago are printing nicely. Way to go. 187 on GameStop just popped through another barrier here. Fantastic. Let's go. Let's hit it. Eat another bagel so we go to 200, Bruce. Stock markets with Bruce. Google these words, Citadel and 10-year Treasury. Who gives them that access? And if you said right, you are right. Okay. Right. Let's go. 187.38. We're at 187.38. We're near the high of the day here on the stock for GameStop, up nicely, 8+ million. AMC at 10.78, up $1.42. This is the high of the day on AMC. Very good news for AMC shareholders. I'm hoping for you guys that you've recouped a lot of your money. I know a bunch of you are in much higher than this, and I'm just, I just hope it goes up, but I worry about, what it can do, but boy, it's looking better, definitely better. So this is good stuff. Can you transform the Nifty 50 into the way kids think today? Oh man, that's a whole different deal. That's a whole different story. I'll have to cover that someday. Death, remember to smash that like button for Bruce. Thank you for mentioning that. How are we on the thumbs ups? Anyway, 2,400 thumbs ups today. Thank you for that. We have 81 down, so it's a 30-to-1 ratio between good and evil. There are 4,400 of you here. If you're able to give me a thumbs ups today, that would be really appreciated. That would help the momentum of this channel. There we go. There's 100 right there, and we're at 2,500 now. The higher the thumbs ups, the better. We will get more recommendations from the YouTube analytics computers to get more people into the show to follow the GameStop story. This GameStop has come back from 165. That was the low today to 187. That's a $22 rebound from the opening this morning on GameStop. Does that tell you something that this army of buyers is not worried about the market and not worried about the company issuing a measly 3.5 million shares to raise cash? This is hardly an issue. Good to see the stock running. We're at 2,700 thumbs ups now. We just got 300 in. Thank you guys for smashing that like button. Get us to 3,000 as quick as we can, and let's get into that. Let's get into that 40-to-1 ratio for thumbs ups versus thumbs down. That would be even better. Thank you everybody for hitting the thumbs up button. If you want to hit the thumbs down button, you really don't like the show, hit the thumb down button twice right away. Just hit it again and again, and that really tells YouTube you hate this channel. I thank you all so much for your support and for being here. I appreciate it. All of you guys, thank you, and thank you. Thank you for those of you making purchases on Redbubble, picking up these items of mine. I cannot thank you enough for your support of that. Absolutely wonderful. Very much appreciated. Again, it's very kind of you to do so, and is very much appreciated. It says a lot to us. Jen and I appreciate that every time you do this, we get a royalty from Redbubble, and they handle the entire order for you. They make it, they ship it, they do returns if necessary, they take care of you, And I thank you all very, very much for your support. It's fantastic. All right, back to the markets. Where are we at here? We are now at 185.82 on the GameStop, near its high of the day. And I think we're going to go higher. AMC 1086. That is up from the day, 151 on the day for AMC. So I'm very happy to see that. Fantastic. We appreciate to see that kind of move, because that is helping a lot of people who follow my channel who are long on AMC. That is really good news. Thank you, everybody. We like the Bruce. We like the Jen. We like the stock. Thank you, all of you guys, so much. This is terrific. Volume on GameStop now, 8.4 million at 186.71. 187.71 is a high, $1 away from the high of the day again on GameStop, as it keeps coming on with volume that is not blowing the doors off the world, but it's telling me that since this morning's drop to 165, the shares have really come on and are absolutely just being picked up by investors. Very good sign. The dip was tasty. Fund the Bruce. 30 years of experience. I am wrong sometimes. We like the Bruce. We like the Jen. Thank you, everybody. Fantastic. What else going on here? All kinds of stuff. Wally's World. I am fortunate as I found my way with you yesterday. Way to go, buddy. We had a good session yesterday, and I love it. I'm a professional. All I do is make mistakes. Ashley, welcome, Ashley, to the show. It's nice to have you here. I hope you're doing well today where you are, and I look forward to touching base with you in the near future. It's fantastic that you're here. All of you, thank you so much for being with me today, saying hi to me and then Jennifer. The market today up 362 on the Dow. Great day. Up 52 on S&P. NASDAQ up 174. We have some good money coming into this market. Oil down to 59.20. Interesting how it's off $2.25 a barrel. A lot of oil sloshing around out there. There's no shortage of oil, and so we're noticing how it's backing off a little bit. What can I say? Tim, you know what, Bruce, we'd love to see your bagel recipes in your Redbubble store. We'll have to work on that one. I don't know. We're not known as a bagel bakery center, but, you know, what can I say? Prince Harry, the Bruce we like. Thank you so much. Brian is saying, you know what, Bruce, basically just told its shareholders indirectly that the stock is going to go higher. $1 billion in stock at 3.5 million shares sold is $285 a share. Why would anyone sell this stuff right now at these prices? It's 186. Why would you sell stock at 186 when the company is saying, you know, we're prepared to issue 3.5 million shares for $1 billion? We're prepared to do that. Well, that mathematics is $285 a share. That's $100 more. Are they saying it in so many words, or are they intimating it? Kind of wonder, right? I wonder about this. We're going to see what happens. Thank you, everybody, for being here. Cody sent me a super chat, and I missed it. That's because I talk too much, and I'm way too busy, and I got too much going on, and I can't keep up with all of you and all of your commentary, and how many of you are joining this channel, which I am so grateful for, to say the very least. Thank you all so much for your support. Same with these super chats. I do the best I can to read them. I'm just taking a look right now, see if I can find Cody here. Where's Cody? Here we go. If SPACs are under $10, is that a risk to the merger? Is that a lack of confidence on shareholders, or do you think it's shorting? Thank you, Bruce. The shares of a SPAC, when a SPAC goes public, are free trading shares for those who pay the $10 per unit when they get them. And so they're able to, hold the shares, sell the shares, buy more. They can write options against their stock. They have all the free rights of a shareholder without restriction. It can happen, however, that someone will buy the unit at $10. And then the unit runs up, in the first week or two, and it goes to 13, 14, and they sell it. And someone else buys it at $14. And the reason they're paying $14 is because They believe in the future of the SPAC's ability to merge into a solid private company, or the company has made an announcement announcing the private company they are merging into, and they like the deal. They bought the stock at 14 and they're expecting the stock to go up right away. Forgetting one important fact, and that is once a SPAC announces with a private company that they're merging together, the shares, the companies have to wait about 90 days before the merger is actually completed. It takes that long to do the merger because you're talking about a public company, the SPAC, merging with a private company, which will in effect own most of all the shares of the newly formed company on the public exchanges. And in effect, all of the owners of the private company will be deemed to be insiders of a publicly traded company as far as the SEC is concerned. The SEC lawyers on behalf of both companies and their auditors and everyone else, they have to take care of all the paperwork and all of the declarations, background checks. The shareholder vote has to be held for the private company. A shareholder vote has to be held for the SPAC, the public company. All this takes 90 days. The exchange that we're dealing with, either NASDAQ or New York, they have to approve the merged company as well. They're applying for the listing of the combined merged company. They have to sign off on all the SEC filings that have to be done. This is complicated, and it's just a nightmare of paperwork. That's what you got the lawyers for. That's why you have the auditors. People get impatient. They buy the stock at 14 thinking, oh, this is great. How are they going to merge this company? It's going to be fantastic. They figure the stock is going to go right away to $20 or 30 or higher, but it doesn't. It doesn't have to, because until the merger is finished, we don't have the new public company yet. They got to finish the merger 90 days typically. So some people get impatient. The shares begin to back off because there's no news, there's no excitement, there's nothing happening. Of course not. The company, the SPAC and the private company over here are forbidden to speak publicly with regards to material changes in their corporations. They cannot speak. And so they're on a gag order. And the investors get bored and get frustrated and they forget. They don't know because they don't have a stockbroker telling them that, hey, if you buy this at $14, you're going to have to wait at least 3 months before you hear any other news. Are you sure you want to buy it now? Or do you think you may want to wait in case it comes back a little bit? Because there will be some people getting impatient. This person doesn't have a broker to talk to, and most of you don't. What happens? Some of you find another stock that looks hot right now. You get out of this one to get into another one. And so these shares are turning over. These SPAC shares that were issued at $10 are turning over all the time. People getting in, getting out, getting in, getting out. And sometimes it goes down in value. And sometimes it goes under the $10 level. But that doesn't jeopardize the deal. Nothing jeopardizes the deal anymore. It doesn't matter where the stock is. Once the deal is announced, if the shareholders of the SPAC and the shareholders of the private company approve, a majority of each approve the deal, 50% plus one vote, that's all you need, it's a go. And the deal will take place. And the merged companies will be one. The SPAC will change its name to become the private company. The public company will now be known by the private company's name. A stock symbol has probably already been provided by the exchanges because the exchanges know it's a done deal. It's going to happen. It's just a timing thing. Wherever the shares are, it doesn't matter. The minute the deal is done, it's a done deal, and the shares could trade. They could at $9.50, at $8, $2. Maybe the market doesn't like the deal. Possible. On the other hand, the companies will now speak for the first time as merged companies. The money in trust for the SPAC, that 200, 300, 400, 500 million that they've raised, is now released into the bank account of the new formed joint company. The private company and the SPAC may have negotiated with Wall Street for additional cash on a PIPE financing at $10 a unit. There might be another 300 to 500 million cash available. That goes into the bank account of the newly formed company. And now the newly formed company talks about their plans. and they talk about what we're up to this next 2 years or this next 6 months. We've got $1 billion in cash, and we're a cash flow positive company. We're going to expand into this area. We're going to do this. We're going to acquire this. We're going to do that. They're going to start talking, and shareholders will get excited. I'm pretty sure a lot of shareholders will get excited, and I wouldn't be surprised if a number of the SPACs that I've been recommending to you, talking to you about, they will announce a number of deals, of which some might involve shares of the treasury being issued to acquire small companies that they're gobbling up, competition that doesn't exist anymore because they own it, making their company stronger and even more profitable. Don't be surprised if some of these SPACs start to announce secondary financings with the same brokerage guys they were dealing with when they were a SPAC, when they were doing these $10 financings. They might do $20, $22.50, $28, $33, $68 share offerings of stock. The stock you bought at wherever it's trading at. Do not be surprised if that could happen down the road as these companies start trading as public companies. But no, the super chats, wherever they trade at, will not jeopardize the deal, even if the stock is under $10 a share, will not be jeopardized whatsoever. That's the short answer to a long question, or is that a long answer to a short question? I'm not sure. Todd, any chance AMC gets bought by Disney? Screens for Disney and shows, screens for old IPs like Lion King, screens for new releases, Disney Store in the library, maybe a discount on viewing, Disney and subs. The question is, why would Disney buy AMC? Is it because they can't get screen time? Is it because they need to secure the screen time? Would Disney be able to sell out that theater, all the theaters that AMC has, with multiple screens per location? Can they produce enough content that's brand new to either, one, fill up the theater, or two, could they re-release content through a theater that would make it pay? They're doing the math. They're probably looking at how many seats each theater has. They do the count, and my hunch is they probably will say no. We'll probably not buy these guys because the company is not available for just the leasing costs and for this cost of putting in the seats, the cost of the projection systems and the sound systems, the cost of building out these theaters from concrete shells to turn them into movie theaters. That's not the cost that Disney would be considering. The cost that Disney would be considering would be the $6 billion of money that AMC borrowed from backers, bondholders, bankers, and so on to survive the pandemic. This company is $6 billion in the hole. And that's the problem that Disney would have to be looking at. They're going to ask themselves, we could just build our own theaters from scratch. If we built our own theaters from scratch, what would it cost us to build where we want to be? Do we actually want all the locations that AMC actually has? Or would we rather have locations in select cities across the US, in Canada, in Mexico, Europe, Asia, Australia, New Zealand, and we'll build 500 theaters where we want them built, the way we want them built, where we come to a landlord and say, we're prepared to sign a 10-year lease to lease space from you for a Disney movie house. And it might be a 3-cinema house, a 10-cinema house, whatever. And it may well have room for a retail store, a birthday party room for parties. It might have babysitting services for moms with children, like very young children. I don't know. They could build it to suit. They got to ask themselves, if we were to negotiate deals like this with landlords, we might be able to get deals where the landlords will say to us, I'll tell you what, you sign with us a 12-year lease and we'll give you 2 free years up front, 2 years up front, no rent. Then we'll cut you a 10-year deal for rent and we'll build the site to suit your needs. We'll fund it build to order. And now you got a 12-year lease on a custom-built movie theater that was always and was only ever going to be yours, and we'll fund the cost of construction into the 12-year deal, but the first 2 years we'll waive any fees. We'll only charge you for the back 10 years at the end. In effect, you're paying $50 million to build this theater over 10 years, or $10 million over 10, whatever the cost is. They add that up. Disney sits back and says, okay, how much will that cost us? Getting what we want, the way we want it, where we want it, when we want it, at a price we can afford and we can cash flow. Is this a better deal than buying existing AMC theaters, shutting down some of them because they won't work for us, modifying all of them to make them work for us, and having to spend maybe $1 billion to modify all these locations? And, oh, by the way, we're inheriting the $6 billion in debts that this company has racked up on top of the cost of modifying the theater. I would say no. I would say Disney would say, no, we're going to build our own from scratch. It's cheaper. Won't even cost us $6 billion. It'll cost us actually nothing. We will have landlords pay for it because the landlord will be so eager to make a deal with Disney that they'll cut deals. And it's possible that former theater chains like AMC at this mall will disappear next year because the landlord won't renew their lease, because they'll kick them out, and now they'll make a deal with Disney, gut the theater completely and build it from scratch for Disney's needs with a new 12-year deal. AMC is out, Regal is out, all the other chains are out, and over 5 years, shopping malls across the country in the US and elsewhere will in effect move out certain tenants to bring in this tenant on the deal they want to sign for the next, like I say, 10 or 12 or 15-year deal. Could be any amount of length. Disney's credit is stellar. Disney's power is legendary. The landlords will cut a deal to make it work for them, and it'll be cash neutral for Disney. That's what I'm wondering. They won't need to buy AMC. But this is my opinion. Okay, I'm not negative on AMC. I'm just being realistic about what would Disney do if they could do it, and how would they do it. And if I were Disney, this is the way I would go. It wouldn't require me to buy up a company with $6 billion in debt. That's just my take. Anyway, speaking of AMC, you want some good news? 11.07 a share. Hit 11.25 today. This is a fantastic day for AMC. It is highly unexpected as far as I'm concerned. I'm thrilled out of left field. With 52 million traded, AMC is sitting at 11.07 a share. This is great. But you want some other good news? You want any other good news? GameStop is at 193.30, hit 195 a few moments ago, up on the day with 9.5 million shares traded. Welcome back, GameStop. It recovered $30 from its low 165 trade. I'm praying that none of you watching me sold out at 165. I'm praying. Please don't tell me you sold at 165. Please don't tell me that. It's now 195 or 192.85 at this second. But having a good day. Now having a good day. And this is a sign of an up move. And I think it's going to go higher. I don't think these shares have topped out. Not even close. This is still the beginning of a long-term high move for this company. And I don't know if they've actually sold the 3.5 million shares or not. I'm praying they didn't. I am praying that Jeffries did not sell 3.5 million from the treasury of GameStop this morning at 165 to 170 a share. Please tell me. Please don't tell me you did it. Don't tell me you did it. Because the stock is now 191 up to 195, and it's going higher. You can sell the stock at a much higher price than these prices, but I'm not the broker. I don't know. I'm not the advisor. I'm just a guy on a couch in front of a computer in Creston, British Columbia, where it's a gorgeous sunny day today, asking you folks to enjoy my plain English commentary on what's happening with the market as I see it. And this is what I am seeing right now. Interesting day, to say the least. All of you, thank you so much for your support, being here. It's fantastic. Brewster, did I see you in hospital on Sunday? This 4'8" guy in the waiting room just kind of let me see the dock first.